CADAS.com.
Who's ready for something good?
If you are a parent of a teenager, a college-age student, maybe even an adult in their 30s and 40s, no doubt you are having conversations with your peers and your friends about the fentanyl crisis and what it's looking like in this country. It's a very, very scary thing. So we've got help for you this morning because Knox Farmer and Thad Oliver are joining us. They are from CADAS here in Chattanooga, and they are very well aware, Knox, of this crisis, not just for fentanyl, but for any type of drug and alcohol addiction, which is where CADAS steps in. But y'all are offering now support groups for the parents, specifically those who've lost a child to this horror.
That's correct. I mean, for years, CADAS always values the family unit. And so when those are in early recovery, CADAS is very instrumental in understanding that recovery can be made possible through the family unit coming together and understanding what's coming on. What we have looked at now with fentanyl and the overdoses in the area is that there are a lot of parents out there who either are still struggling with loved ones, children, adult children that are in addiction, and also those that are struggling with the loss of a child, whether that's an adolescent child or an adult child to addiction. And so a lot of those parents are suffering in silence. They feel shame, they feel guilt, and we're here to offer a support group, an ongoing support group that will help them and give them a safe place to really talk and begin how to heal.
Yeah, we're going to kind of ping pong the conversation a little bit, but for the sake of starters, in case you're thinking, okay, wait, I know someone who needs this, you've got one group coming up on August 10th. That's
Correct.
The one in Chattanooga?
August 10th is going to be in Cleveland.
In Cleveland, okay.
Correct.
And then August 22nd will be in Chattanooga, and we'll review for you again where these are taking place.
Correct.
And they're hoping to make this kind of a continuing thing, right?
We are, and this was really a collaboration with Rachel Goins, who is with Be the Light organization up in Cleveland. She is not here with us today, but I wanted to, at least she has her own story, and sadly, it's a very inspirational story for those parents who have lost a child. And she will be a part of the support group along with Thad Oliver, and we are glad to have this collaboration.
So Thad, let's bring you into the conversation because you will be there. You are with CADAS, but you're also a clinician. So you were sharing with me that for the parents who are thinking, what did we do? Chances are you didn't do anything. Is that right?
That's right, Julie. Like Knox was saying, you know, when you lose a child or you have a child in active addiction, even if they're an adult of adult age, there's a lot of feelings of shame and guilt around how that came to be. And as a substance abuse counselor, I'm hoping to support the group by providing information and resources and helping people to understand that addiction is a neurological disease, and there's people that have a propensity for addiction. It's not about the substance so much as how the body reacts to chemicals and how people learn to deal with stress, and that can be treated. There's ways that work to help folks do that. For those who have unfortunately lost a loved one, lost a child, there's also a grieving process that really needs to be done with others. And that can come in the form of a mutual aid group, a support group, and maybe some professional counseling if necessary, either in mental health or helping people find resources that they may need to put their lives together. There's a lot of stuff out there.
I want to make sure we do talk a bit, because I know it's important to y'all about the parents who've lost a child. But you just said something that I think is worth repeating, Thad, and you mentioned that it is an addiction, not of the substance really, but to the chemical rush, if you will. So does that explain why sometimes you see someone jump from an addiction to an addiction to an addiction? Yeah. Am I saying that right?
It is. That's a great question. Well said. So what humans have done is learn to manipulate the reward cascade in the brain, and we do it in all kinds of ways, and drugs and alcohol are one way. We learn to manipulate our dopamine levels through achievement, through sex, through eating certain foods, through all kinds of activities and how we perceive and remember them. Now, drugs and alcohol, and specifically certain types of drugs that are out there now, are very effective in producing that dopamine level. And so once you start with the idea that, hey, I need to use something outside of myself to change my mood, to feel better, then you're already priming the brain for some type of addiction. Now that's very scary because we're all doing it.
Yeah.
And
Okay, wait. I want to stop you there because I wish we had longer to talk, but you just said another word that you hear all the time among young people, quote, we're all doing it.
Mm-hmm.
They say that all
Yeah.
of the time. Everyone's vaping, everyone's doing this.
Mm-hmm.
So when you turn to an outside something
Yeah.
to give you whatever feeling you need, are you becoming less self-reliant and deeper into the problem?
yes, ma'am. Was that a question for me?
Yes.
Okay. Yes,
Sorry.
ma'am. So, you know, we don't really learn when we're growing up how to seek internal reward and to set our values, which means really setting our purpose to feel the reward, which is a chemical reward in the brain, from things that we've decided we want to do and we want to experience. What we're learning to do, and I'm one, and most people out there are doing this, is we're learning to achieve and get recognition, to achieve items, to achieve status,
Likes on a post?
all of this. And so once those habits of the mind are set early in life, then if those things don't happen, then it's very easy to slide a substance in.
I've got to bring Knox back in because all we have is a minute left, but no wonder you wanted to bring this to light.
It is huge. I think with, you know, if there's a parent out there who has an adolescent that's struggling with addiction right now, this is a great support group to come to. I would also encourage that parent to call CADAS and get help.
Yeah.
If you're a parent out there who has lost a child, whether that is an adolescent child or an adult child, come to this support group or call CADAS for help.
And if you're a parent out there who isn't yet in the trenches like this, but you want to make sure that it doesn't happen to you, call CADAS, because you've heard some buzzwords this morning that have certainly resonated with me, and one of the biggest ones from Thad is to think that kids today don't know how to accomplish something for their own benefit and satisfaction, not for the satisfaction of other people.
Exactly.
Thank you both for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Okay, so August 10th, you're going to go to Cleveland. August 22nd, it's in Chattanooga.
The Family Justice Center.
The Family Justice Center. If you go to cadis.org or call them 756-7644, they are here to help. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, summer is in full swing, which has a lot of people thinking about projects around the house. Hey everybody, I'm with Kirsten from West Shore Home to talk shower and bathroom modeling.